Okay, okay.
So you're currently working from home only, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So like, do you have any specific login and logout time?
My specific login login time.
Mm-hmm. Do you have such things, or you can just log in anytime and log out anytime?
No, no, no. It is the compulsory is 8:30 time is login.
Huh?
It is the break of 12:30 is break and lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
After that,
Mm-hmm.
close to 4 it is the working completed. Is the close to 4 and leave the
Mm-hmm.
office.
Okay. Hi, Sujita.
Hi, hi, Lata. So just 2 minutes, Lata. I will inform the panel members. Okay, they will join exactly by 6 o'clock.
Sure, sure.
All the best, Suresh.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Hi Mohit, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hi, Suresh.
Hi,
Good
how are
evening.
you? Mohit,
Doing good. Thank you. How about you?
I am good.
Good, good.
Thank you Mohit, I'll be just dropping off.
Sure,
Thanks, Mohit.
sure. Thank you. Yeah. Suresh, yeah.
Yeah,
Pradeep's also joined.
Hey Suresh, hey Mohit.
yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
Pradeep.
Yeah. Hi, Pradeep.
How's it going?
Yeah, that's good.
Wonderful. Are you still at office?
Yeah.
Yes, Pradeep. Pradeep, PNM is joining. So
Okay,
we'll wait for a minute. Yeah.
absolutely. Where are you joining from, Suresh? Bangalore or some other city?
This is Bangalore city.
Okay.
I'm working in Skylab Infotech.
Okay, good, good. We'll just give a minute for another panelist to join.
Hi,
How
Arun.
are you? Oh, hey, hi, Prashant. Good.
Hi, Prasant. Good evening.
Hi, Suresh.
Yeah.
We can get started, I guess. Right, Prashant, Mohit?
Yes, Pradeep.
Yes, Pradeep.
Sure. Hey, Suresh, I am Pradeep Ashikar. I am the development manager for QuickBooks Desktop Payments team.
Okay.
QuickBooks is an accounting software for small business and mid-market customers in US, Canada, and Europe, and in fact in other parts of the world as well.
Okay.
So a small business could be somebody like a musician or a teacher who is using his spare time to teach the kids, or it could be somebody who is holding a brick and mortar store and selling goods, or it could be somebody who's selling something online like on Amazon or something. So all these small businesses would need some help in terms of accounting so that they can file taxes at the end of the year.
Okay.
Many of these folks who get into business would have no idea of how to run an accounting for their particular business, right? So the QuickBooks Desktop comes in and helps and changes their lives in that front. We are a very popular product in individual tax filing as well when it comes to US. QuickBooks is offered in two flavors. One is a desktop product, the ones which you install in CD that remains offline in your desktop, and you can launch it using an icon and use it. Another offering that we have is QuickBooks Online, which is a SaaS product that runs on a web browser. Our customers love both the products, so we have customers who are also equally, dominant in both of these platforms. We represent the QuickBooks Desktop team, and in particular, within that, we represent the payments team. So whoever is using our product, if they're opting to go through us as a payment gateway, we enable for all money movement that happen within the product. And this team especially deals with the payments part of QuickBooks Desktop. So we have Mohit, who is our SRE for the QuickBooks Desktop, and we have Prashant, who is our senior staff engineer development team for QuickBooks Desktop payments team.
Okay.
Okay, we would love to hear about you and what you do.
Yeah. Once again, thank you this opportunity in this time. My name is Suresh Raju Vetkuri. I have overall experience on 4 years in IT. My relevant experience on Agile and Devops methodologies 3 years. My relevant experience is the 3 years is build and release engineer. Actually, as I am working in the Skylab Infotech. Well, coming to my skill set, hands-on experience in Linux and providing experience in Git version control systems and build tool Maven, and good knowledge about CI/CD process. It is a SaaS based projects are there in my side, and CI/CD is automation way to end pipelines, and a good experience in the playbooks written in the different servers configurations, and different management of which enrollments are doing that, which applications access to that, and and microservices doing that way, implementation of the containers and Docker files to deployment of the Kubernetes clusters. It is my side of the technical stuff, and also using the Helm charts in the Kubernetes. And the cloud side enrollments is say that IAC in his infrastructure is a code and implementation of the resources of AWS. I have good knowledge about the monitoring tools like Prometheus, Grafana, and also resources observation and monitoring tool in its infrastructure monitoring is a CloudWatch also. Well, my coming to the roles and responsibility day-to-day life, I have to CI/CD process. It is end-to-end is totally automated way to implement a smooth running of the pipeline. It is the build and release. I am maintenance of the artifacts. You can store the Nexus repository, and to build the Maven, two artifacts is generated, that is store the secure to implementation rollbacks and rollback updates. And there everything is server side is basically some tickets is rising Jira to my side of my team. It is taken the tickets and resolve the tickets on the server side. And also it is a deployment of the application, how it is, whether the application is working or not, to monitor that stuff is the Prometheus Grafana, and it is monitoring is tools like that is the way to implementation of my side of day-to-day activities in the day-to-day responsibilities. That's it.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you for the introduction. So just to continue, right, it would help us all if you could explain me what kind of applications that you currently manage, the web application, APIs. Give me the details about that.
Yeah.
And also on what all phases are you involving in? I know the requirement comes in and then somebody develops it. So from then on, how far is your journey? Do you also continue to involve with this application post-production and also? Can you give us a brief about all of these?
Primarily, I am starting in Linux administration support role. It is basically the startup company. It is some roles and responsibilities of supporting in Linux. After that, coming to move in agile methodologies, agile technology, agile scrum master and product manager. The type of sprints are there, that is doing some work is happening, that is the agile methodology is completely removed in my office. After that, CI/CD process is continuously upgrading. The totally applications are Java based applications. So you can use that particular web apps applications, web portals, and US clients are there. The type of applications using is the business application. You can watch the business view, can the portals of different tokens are generated, the OTPs are entered into the token. You can follow precautions and roles and responsibilities of the token. You can submit it to responsibilities of client side. It is the work is better to understand. That is the process to run CI/CD flow. My side of automation to take that. This totally running in this migrated to AWS cloud 1 year back. It is fastly growing in every services is access to that particular end user. That is the my side of this is the project.
How many application in all do you manage?
It is basically different multi-branch pipelines. It is a piece of applications is a containerization. Different applications have to number of clients, multiple clients are there. It is clients the 3 months of work, add 4 months, and year of a period of works are there in the clients. Reach to clients and the communication be communicated to the clients. After that work is pushing to in a development team. That is the operation team is my working team. That is way to implementation of the artifacts generated deploy into that particular servers on premises. Whatever it is you want to build in client side of aspect.
Okay, and what cloud provider are you currently using?
AWS.
And what is the current traffic on these applications? How many users, how many simultaneous users come on board?
Yes, it is access to that particular application is based on I am not imagine, but the access I am security way to implementation of that particular applications. It is the subnet, the inside of the VPC to create the instances and to connect the load balancers, auto scaling. That is the particular stuff is there my side.
How many? What is the load on the API or the web application? How many people use it?
It is
How many users?
Yeah. That is the users is basically I am targeted to 2,000 to 3,000 in between. Their 80% is CPU utilization. That cross to another instance is created. It is the auto scaling group to create another instances. It is not a end users, not a disturbance there, but to create another instance to flow any disturbances or access to that end user.
Okay, Mohit, take it away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Suresh, for walking me through your experience.
Yeah.
So to begin with, we'll cover different sections. Like first, we'll move into CI/CD. We'll discuss your experience on CI/CD. Then probably we'll build on top of that, and we'll cover a bit of your work in AWS and monitoring.
Yes.
Okay. So, Suresh, have you? Okay, we'll cover with some Git. I see like you have configured Git also,
Okay.
and you have quite good experience in Git.
Yeah.
So, say suppose Suresh, if we want to pick up any specific, there are two branches.
Yeah.
Okay, and say if you want to pick up one specific commit from one branch
Okay.
and push it to a separate branch,
Yeah.
a specific commit from a list of say many commits.
Okay.
So, is there any Git command to do that, or how do we manage that?
Yes. You can manage that one branch to another branch shifting in the commit. It is the git checkout. One branch to other branch is shifting.
No. So, okay, we can definitely check out,
Yeah.
and we can derive one branch from another. But say suppose they are two independent branch,
Yeah.
and if you want to just pick one particular commit from that branch, that one commit, not all the commits, to the current branch. So how we are going to do that?
That commit is basically checking that it is the commit log. You can generate the slash code. It is the commit ID. It is the once commit ID is generated, it is totally changed at remote repository. The changes is happening once the commit ID is generated. That is the particular commit ID is the commit is to pull to that local repository, and the changes to the staging and remote repository to commit again. My side.
Okay. Suresh, can you please walk me through the Jenkins files? Like, how do you manage your Jenkins configuration? Do you write Jenkins files, or do you use the Jenkins UI to configure build jobs? How are you managing it on a day-to-day basis?
It is basically two types of Jenkins files is I am working declarative and scripted way to implement it that my side. One is declarative pipeline is human readable language, and that different environments to stage. You can on build of developer develop a branch, one branch to on top of that Jenkins file is built. That Jenkins file is it is the pipeline is created automatically. It is the multi-branch pipeline. Two different kind of multi branches to their flow of required Jenkins enrollments to running in the slave missions also. Master slave concept, that is the which any agent is mentioned that particular enrollment. The enrollment is running on that particular way to running on Jenkins pipeline to create on top of branch.
Okay, Suresh, so what are the different steps we mentioned in Jenkins files? Like, can you please walk me through, like, from the top to bottom,
Yes,
what
yes.
would be the major
It's
set of
basically
pages?
I am basically simple steps to three types of steps. Three type of stages are there. One is first of all you can say to enrollment first. You can build it, build the stage, and second is test the stage, and third is deploy the stage. It is the process of CI/CD. It is including of two types of activities there. One is Nexus repository, other one is Sonar Cube. That, that these technologies are integrated also in declarative pipeline. It's a way to follow different instructions and different access to tokens and passwords authentication to implementation of the it is the server communication.
Okay, so Suresh, consider one scenario now.
Yeah,
Okay, you have different branches,
yeah.
and suppose you have three different environments and you have three different branches. So how do you make sure a particular branch gets deployed to a particular environment? Say if I want my branch, say Mohit, and that Mohit branch should always go to environment A. It should not get promoted to environment B, right? Another branch named Suresh should be promoted to branch B only, not C.
Yeah,
So how do you going to restrict that particular condition in your Jenkins file?
it is particular condition in Jenkins file parametric builds. You can versioning which artifacts is deployed into that which enrollment. You can roll back updates there. That is different steps is followed to implementation of it is artifact is generated, which version is artifact. It is enrollment is chose and enrollment which version is using to deployment the particular Kubernetes cluster. That is the deployment stage. It is the rollback updates based on.
So Suresh, that would be from Jenkins UI, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to restrict using Jenkins file, what exactly specification you will mention in your Jenkins file? Like I want to know that condition, that syntax for that.
So Jenkins file is basically is a communication. It is the communication of the it is the code of real time choosing on the GUI. Is basically that is the enrollment variables mentioned that Jenkins file. The documentation of the Jenkins you can mention that declarative pipeline. You can follow that instructions and implementation of Jenkins files, and to can implementation to improve Jenkins pipeline.
Okay, and Suresh, so my question is centered around like how you will manage or restrict that self. Like, is there any specific condition you will mention in your Jenkins file, or any specific syntax, any specific command you will pass on the Jenkins files to restrict deployment to a specific branch?
Yes, yes, sir. You can end of the deployment is there is no option there. After you can roll back to the Kubernetes there. Presently, I am saying that first of all, you can build stage. You can build which enrollment you can take, which slave node is you can take.
How we're going to build that particular branch?
It is the Git URL is taken. Git that branch is taken to implementation of that way. The build is a process to either curl command is using.
Okay. Okay, Suresh. Um, we'll move on to some other context. Like, have you integrated any particular security tools like SonarQube, Nexus IQ, checkmarks? So, how do you manage that using your Jenkins files? And what are your, set of actions? Like, if you get any alarms from those,
Yes, yes, yes.
how you go about your builds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is SonarQube is basically is a quality gates checks and is doing an development side background. It is best quality of the product in software life cycle. That is the quality of the gates is mentioned that report to generate. The code is how many bugs and how many errors, how many multiple lines, how many different categories. I am not see the eye icon, but I am indicated the report dashboard to get the process to developer, and also it is integrated to that particular SonarQube. It is a Maven builds Maven pom.xml also. You can integrate that way to implementation of the project.
Okay, and how you're going to implement any other security tools? It can be, there are many number of security tools, static code analysis. If you're running Docker, you can have your scan images, utilities, and all those really configured as stages in your Jenkins
It is
files. So like,
basically, yeah, yeah. Basically,
yes,
it is a multi-factor authentication in the Jenkins. You can secure it way to implementation of the authentication of the authorization. You can follow the users. It is not a access to all the resources. Only read only access, write only access. What is the build is failure? What can do it is the Slack notifications is the security way to implementation of the. It is the and also notification of the emails. There is the secured way. It is how to the staging area. What want to do in work. It is preferably. That is the process
okay,
of pipeline.
sure. Thanks, Suresh. And one more thing, what kind of deployment strategy you have worked on?
Deployment is
What kind of different types of deployment strategies you have worked on?
yes, it is the integration of the requirement of the requirements of the Kubernetes nodes. It is nodes of the key. It is based on the copy of that particular Kubernetes plugin is using. That is way to plug in the Jenkins file. That is the integration of the Kubernetes. It is deployment and service manifest files are there. It is the GitHub to implementation of the Docker file on top of.
Suresh,
Yeah.
my question was more centered around different kind of
Yes.
deployment, like rolling deployments, blue-green deployments, canary deployments.
Yes. It is
Have you worked on any of those deployment models?
yeah. It is the rolling updates. You can mention that particular version of particular artifact is generated in the build section. That rolling update is taken in the choice of Jenkins file. It is the arguments. It is following that particular activities. It is Jenkins file inbuilt of in enrollment variables. The choice of you can mention the artifact, which version to choose. An artifact is built and deployed the particular rollback updates in Jenkins.
Okay.
That is the way to implementation of the Kubernetes cluster. Also rollback. It is rollback replicas. Rollback updates is there.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Suresh. Prashant, you have anything to add here?
Go ahead, Mohit. I'll ask.
Sure. Suresh, I see you have worked on Ansible for configuration management and
Yeah.
deploying to your servers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will give you one scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, say suppose during the deployment, you will pull the dynamic inventory of your listed servers, right? All the inventory, you will get it during the time of deployment, and you will start deploying those changes in a rolling upgrade way. Okay, say suppose you have 10 servers, you got the dynamic inventory in the beginning, and you will start deploying it one by one.
Yes.
That's the rolling deployment.
Okay.
Now consider a scenario. What if there is an surge in traffic, right? And you get an auto scaling event,
Okay.
and suddenly you see increase in your servers.
Okay.
But those servers will not be counted in your dynamic inventory because you have already faced that during your initial time, correct?
Okay.
So how you are going to manage that?
It's basically it is applicable on auto scaling. It is metrics of CPU utilization. It's based on CPU utilization. It is increase of it is instance also. That is the metrics to the CloudWatch. The CloudWatch is basically monitoring that detailed monitoring to 1 minute updates. You can see the different configuration which can next instance is created launch configuration is a backend of which RAM, which CPU, which port numbers, which is different configurations how to build the next server. That is the way to implementation of the my side of the inspector of the client side. That is the my side. It is basically your question is I am working in static inventory. It is a different.
No, it's not static. It's not static.
It is the dynamic inventory is a programmatical way to implementation of the script.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got the inventory in the beginning, right? Say you have 10 servers now.
Yeah.
and you've already deployed your code to 2, 3 servers, 6, 7 code servers are pending. But suddenly between that, there can be auto scaling event triggered because of a surge in your traffic, and suddenly multiple instances got spin up
Yes.
during the deployment. But those servers will not be counted in your dynamic inventory because you already had the dynamic inventory. So how you're going to manage that scenario?
Okay. It is. I am not working that dynamic inventory, but I am guess the answer to the AWS perspective. It is increase of 8% CPU utilization. It is the security. It is auto scaling group. You to take the instances and decrease the instance 30% of CPU utilization to decrease the instances of clients respective. That is the way to implementation. It is the infrastructure is a code to build that resources also. It is a Terraform. That is the way to implementation of the infrastructure in AWS.
Okay.
In Ansible perspective view, it is the configuration of different node servers. It is a different container aspect to the configurations which involvements to node servers. And also you can prefer to which configuration, which softwares are installed in the which node servers. That is basically that is it is a fully qualified domain names input of the inventory file or to take the host. That is the master to take in the run of the playbooks. You can configure the other servers also.
Okay, fine, Suresh. Suresh, we'll move on and we'll try to cover some of your monitoring experience.
Yes.
Uh,
I am Prometheus
so-
Grafana is doing my study.
Okay, so you have worked on Prometheus.
Yeah.
So what's the default port for Prometheus?
Prometheus is the
Yes.
9090. 90.
Okay. And how do you change it?
It is the port number is changing in configuration of the servers. Server it is /etc/password.
/etc/password.
SSH/config.
Okay, and what kind of metrics do you monitor? And how do you configure Prometheus? I mean, you have to ship your metrics in a certain way, right?
Yes.
How do you configure that?
It is the basically Prometheus is configured in Kubernetes, which of the graph is taken, which performance of the pods that is taken of the metrics to taken.
Have you configured Prometheus for your applications? Like, have you written any Helm charts,
Yes.
or have you baselined any image, worked on any image creation?
Actually, as it is knowledge about the Prometheus and Grafana, and take it the section of CI/CD process. It is basically
Okay.
knowledge
So,
to input.
I want to understand, like, what was your role in configuring this monitoring tools and setting up alerts and dashboard using the Prometheus? What was your role in that?
It is basically some part of it is the Grafana. How many pods are running? How many sales are? How many clusters are up and running? There is application is what is happening that dashboard to can different templates are there Grafana dashboard. That is way to implementation of the focus on my side of Kubernetes cluster maintenance.
Okay. And coming to CloudWatch, do you have any experience monitoring metrics using CloudWatch?
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of metrics
It is
do you?
basically CPU utilization, disk write and disk read metrics
Okay.
is using. That is the three types of metrics. So you can majorly the CPU utilization. We can access to that a different 80% of the traffic is increases of instances up and running to previously configure in the launch configuration. How the next instance is created, which RAM size, which CPU, which allocation of the configuration of the particular instance is created. It is the client's perspective that particular activities is done by infrastructure as a code.
And is it possible to monitor memory using CloudWatch?
Yes.
And how do you will do that? Is it coming by default, or you have to do some extra configuration?
It is the detail monitoring side of that.
So you're saying, like, if we go for detail monitoring, they will give us memory utilization by default, right?
Basically, I'm not see that way. I am guess the is the answer.
Okay. Sure, Shailesh. Prashant, you want to add on this?
It improve my knowledge also. You can to ability to understand every technology and to increase my additional knowledge. It is a CI/CD process only. This is the technologies adapted to a day-to-day my life. It is you can join that your group and also your family. You can understand about everything and work on that.
Sorry, I didn't get your family can join what?
This is the it is a you working with together to implementation of the my knowledge and expose that your company and also a growth to it. That is the my perspective.
Okay. Yes, Suresh, can you tell me a production incident that you got called into and how you went about to resolve it? Anything you can think of in the recent past?
Actually, I am recently under 1 year back. It is one server one region is down completely. It is basically it is integration of some servers or client. How it is managed that way, implementation of the route 53 that is the region is down. Also you can access to the end users that applications in the other regions are show the data of client side. That is the way to implementation.
What did you do when that incident happened?
The incident happens, so you can check that you can discuss the team members and also collaboration of all the teams. How it is happens that I am not the forget about that knowledge that time, but after that that the technology is learning. It is the route 53 is the access to region failures. You can able to catch up that and the regions also maintain the data in client.
Okay, cool. I think I am done. PNM, did you have anything?
No, I think I'm good.
Suresh, did you have any questions for us?
In this position, what are the activities? What are the perspective of thinking?
So pretty much everything, starting from when the code is committed, all the way till ensuring the code is running in production continuously. So basically, the journey doesn't end. It is always it begins.
Yes.
Even when setting up a new asset, right? If even before a code is written, if you require to set up something, it starts from even before a code is written. And when it goes live, it becomes the responsibility of the DevOps engineer to continue to monitor and ensure that it never goes down. And whatever alerts and monitoring tools that are need to be set up are all set up. And if ever there is an incident, because the payment scheme, we cannot afford the payment service to be down, right? If your payment service is down, there is not going to be any transaction, right? It's a very serious service. So basically, whatever is necessary, it's kind of a boundaryless role. You kind of step into different other shoes to figure things out and finally making sure our customers are able to come back online and do the transactions.
Okay. Is it a SaaS-based company or a product-based company?
I think you are interviewing for TechChef, which will be a service-based company, but you'll be working for Intuit, which is a product-based company.
Yes, it is the best opportunity for my increase my skills and abilities are improve in this your family and also my request to implementation of the every technology and working on day-to-day work and end of the day is the best product is delivered to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. You. That is my side. You can
anything else?
Yes, you can. This is the company. What is the fields of the company? What is the works there in the company? how it is the background of the company? Please tell me.
So this is a accounting fintech company,
Okay.
and this has been around for close to about 40 years now. And this company has about 6 products. Majority of all of them which are in US.
Okay.
And the company is into everything you can think of. It is got desktop, SaaS products, AI, ML. So anything a modern technology company needs to have, it has it. So it is both accounting as well as a tech company.
Okay. Okay. Please respond to my side. It is a CI/CD process. Is basically is doing the startup company. I am right working now. I am best opportunity to work with together, and also the better peoples to understand every growth is a better way to think about the different technologies adopting, and also improve my lifestyle also. It is delivered to others, and to keep learning and keep doing the best practices to doing, and learning of others also. To teach the others also. You can YouTube channel. You can learn about different technologies. That is the
Sure. Thank you.
You can push that next level also, please. I request to you. That is my intention is you can able to understand what are the technologies or new technologies adopting, and that is the type of technologies is doing better way to implementation my career also.
Yeah, I think we are going to take that decision after this. So we'll let you know through HR. Okay?
Okay. Any questions on that? Any questions?
No, I think we are good. We are done. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Suresh.
Thank you.
Hey, Mohit and Prashant, can you stay back? Suresh, you can drop.
Okay.